Until I find the day, the only words I know that you. Until I say the only words I know that you. Until I say.
What's up? Welcome back. I'll be showing you how I achieve these really trendy hippie / boho braids. I've been seeing them all over Twitter. And lately, I know I've been wanting to switch up my look per usual, so here we are. I will disclaim though, to my understanding, the traditional boho braid, it kind of starts off like a regular braid and then the rest of the hair is just kind of left out and there are curls added to give it more volume. I personally think that's just a little bit too much for me. So what I did was, I'll show you everything in detail if you stick around and watch the video. But as you can see, I braided the whole braid down to the very end just to kind of keep from having too many curls, because with the synthetic hair, it's more prone to tangles and the upkeep is just, it's way more than just traditional braids. In short, these are essentially my version of boho braids. So yeah, make sure to stick around, leave a like, and I will see y'all at the end of the video.
Shout out to TYMO for hooking your boy up and sponsoring today's video. A few weeks ago, they sent me their Airhype Lite, which is essentially a Dyson dupe. So at first glance, you can see how compact it is in comparison to the Dyson. Similarly to the Dyson, it's got a powerful adjustable airspeed and adjustable temperature settings. The benefits you get from the TYMO hairdryer are essentially the same as the Dyson. Faster drying time, advanced airflow technology to aid in hair health and minimize damage, all with a cheaper price tag. So I can say my Dyson has been a great investment, yes, but what if I told you you could invest in the same quality hairdryer for a cheaper price tag? To keep the comparison going, TYMO's hairdryer also comes with its own comb and concentrator nozzle attachments, as you can see here. So based on my own experience using both, they're undeniably more effective and efficient compared to traditional hairdryers. Like, I don't want to go back to that. Both dryers are extremely efficient at cutting down drying time. Both are quiet. The Dyson may be a tad bit more quiet, but that's just me paying attention to details. The Airhype is much lighter to hold. The Airhype dryer also gives you healthy results from a blow drying without the need of a heat protectant. I tested this, though I was hesitant, and was shocked with how soft and shiny my hair was after drying. I want to stress the importance of a high-speed dryer. The technology behind this allows a powerful airflow only, combined with even lower temperature settings that can still result in faster drying times. This ensures protected strands that can retain its moisture, shine, and resiliency due to not being wet for as long during the blow dry. So, in short, I'd say the Airhype is a great investment for those who want the benefits of an advanced hairdryer without paying a hefty price tag of other niche brand names. So if you are interested, feel free to check my description below for further details. So whenever I braid my hair, I spend more time pre-parting than anything else. This just helps me move through my hair more efficiently than parting as I braid. The goal isn't to get perfect parts. However, you can go for that. It's more time consuming. But as you move through each section, you can clean them up accordingly. Separating the braiding hair into small, even pieces is just as important. This I merely eyeball, but separating the hair and having it laid out just makes the process much easier in the long run.
Okay, would you believe me if I told you I'm on day 2 and I'm just now finished with the back? I did not record much of the back because it's already difficult braiding my own hair without a camera in my face. So I decided to focus on the back off camera just to get my technique down and figure out exactly how big I want these to be. So they're fairly long. There may be some a little bit longer, it feels like on this side, but ultimately I do plan on curling the ends. So I have no idea what possessed me to do such small braids. These are like a medium small. So because I did want to go smaller for these braids, I did pick up 2 packs of hair. And I'm using the Expression pre-stretched 52-inch. As you can see, I already have my parts in place and they're not the neatest, but the purpose behind pre-parting is, like I said, for efficiency and to just make the process easier, because as you take out an individual piece, you'll be able to clean up the part. So the pattern for my parts, it's basically freestyle. They do have like sort of a triangle shape to them, at least for the most part they do. There are some that are more rectangular-ish, and that's more evident with the ones in the back, but I don't know about y'all, but where we from, we don't worry about the back over here. I'm kidding, but I'm not. So when I do my own hair, I really focus on getting my parts really crisp. That's like the most important thing to me, particularly in the front, because that's what everyone's gonna see. So I'm taking just a little bit of Shine and Jam, just enough to kind of cover the section. And then I'm gonna just smooth over the roots with the other side of my rat tail comb, just so I can make sure the part is as clean as I can get it. So this is optional, but I learned this from a friend. A little bit of mousse will go a long way for your edges. It just helps with manageability and just gets them to lay. So to start, I'm just going to start the braid like I normally would. I'm gonna take the far right piece, cross it up underneath the middle, bring the middle over so that it's now the right piece, and then bring the far left piece over. I add like multiple like really small pieces just to make sure that my braid is nice and consistent, isn't bumpy. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add another piece. Something like that. What keeps my braids from like looking really bulky at the root is after I add 2 pieces, I will kind of continue the braid, kind of loop my hair around maybe 2 or 3 times. So I'm on about my 3rd loop now, and then I'll add another piece. This is just what works best for me. But I also feel like in order for this to work, your pieces for your braiding hair, like they have to be as close as possible to the same density. And what also helps me when I tuck my ends in the braid is, so you see how my actual hair is kind of sticking out like this? I will take more product and I will just essentially use the gel to glue my natural hair to the synthetic hair. And then once the rest of my hair is tucked away, I add just one more piece. It's about, I'd say about four to five pieces that I'm adding. And then there are also a few individual braids where I'll add a curly piece. So I just take it like so. I just loop it around about 3 times. I'll hold it long enough, keep braiding, and then I can just let it go. I remember I used to not dread doing protective styling, but it's like I had to mentally prepare myself for it. But now it's like, it's really therapeutic. It's really satisfying just watching the live transformation. Do not judge the dirty edge brush. I feel like we all have one. So I like them a lot. I'm just trying to figure out why I did so many though. Anyway, I'm gonna take a little bit of mousse now, and I'm just going to apply this directly on top of my parts just to help with the flyaway. Next, I'm gonna use this Olive Miracle anti-breakage tension relief and shine braid sheen spray. Wow, try saying that more than 3 times in a row. So anyway, I'm gonna take a do-rag and I'm gonna just tie this really tight while I let the water continue to boil. Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah, see that? And we're just gonna wrap it down the whole length of the flexi rod. So I'm only taking a few pieces or a few braids at a time. And I think taking about 5 or 6 braids per rod gives me like a really nice curl, and it matches the curl that I already have on the braids. So it is the next day. Technically it's like day 3 since I've started these, but as you can see, we are finally finished. I kind of have some of them pulled up and a half up, half down. So I ended up curling all of the ends using the flexi rods from last night. What I noticed is it really gave the braids like a layered look. It wasn't really what I was going for, but you know, I really like it. The braiding head that I use is really durable to heat, obviously. So I feel like if at any point in the future, if I want to change the curls or just completely revamp how the ends look, I really feel like I have the flexibility to do that. They're very time consuming, probably because I did so many. Let me know if you're someone who does your own hair, how long does it typically take you? I feel like if I wasn't filming, it still would have taken me over a day, but perhaps maybe not as long. So for me personally, when I do my own hair, it at least takes me a day. Because these are knotless, it's less tension on my roots, and I have the flexibility to, like, you know, move them around, do different hairstyles. Nevertheless, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see y'all in my next video.